All right, so while the last few people are going through the food line and getting fed, and in the interest of everybody's time, we'll go ahead and get the program started. First of all, I do want to let you know that if you, let's say, a couple things. If you have family members here or who weren't able to join us tonight, and you want to grab your phone and let them know they actually can watch tonight's ceremony, they can. It's being streamed live on YouTube. So go to youtube.com/JHS The Warning. So if someone who wasn't able to make it tonight, you can let them know they can watch this ceremony right now on YouTube. And even for the ones who were able to make it, you can go back later on anytime you like and watch tonight's ceremony on the Jonesboro High School YouTube page. It's JHS The Warning. All right, so with that little bit of housekeeping out of the way, I want to welcome you all in to an event probably a long time in the making, obviously over a century in the making, but now finally the inaugural class of the Jonesboro High School Athletics Hall of Fame. My name is Brad Bobo, and I've got a confession to make. I am not a born and bred Jonesboro guy, which may seem as an odd choice to get to stand here and kind of help steer the ship. I'm the parent of two Jonesboro High School graduates. I'm the parent of two kids who are still Jonesboro students, but I myself wasn't a Jonesboro guy. But here's what I am. I'm a guy, probably as much as anything, who loves and appreciates the history of our local sports scene. And as a result, I'm a guy smart enough to know that over the last 100 or so years, no school has made more of that local sports history than the Golden Hurricane has. And so it didn't require having a diploma from this place to appreciate its role in the local sports scene. And certainly, believe me when I tell you that it is my honor to be here in front of you and with you all tonight, and to just get to sit back with you and watch and appreciate the history that a lot of you in this room have helped make. So I can tell you this, and we'll all figure it out here in the next hour or so. If we don't mess it up too bad, I promise you, you can sign me up for this event as long as they'll have me. I'd love to be a part of this. And so with that said, it's my honor now to bring up a guy I should give a big glowing introduction to, since I said I'd like to keep this gig, but my guess is he wouldn't like that very much, so instead I'll just say welcome in the athletic director for the Jonesboro Public Schools, Trey Harding.
First, I want to thank everybody for coming. We've got people traveling from everywhere to come, and I would be lying if I didn't say this week I was a little nervous with the weather, and then all the changing, the emails of who's coming, everyone. But just what a crowd! I mean, this is awesome to look at. We filled this place up, and just starting yesterday, I was talking about the tables and everything. I kept telling them, I said, we're going to have a lot of people. But just thank you for making this trip here. This is something special to myself. I've grown up in Jonesboro, went through the Jonesboro School District, played at Jonesboro, ventured off into college, and then got into coaching, and then was lucky enough to come back to Jonesboro, a place that means so much to me. And just before we start, I do want to say a few thank yous. And he's not here right now, but Monroe Pointer in our maintenance department, and Greg Vance and Harmony Gardens, they've done an outstanding job of making sure that we've been able to get as many parking spots cleared. If you still look at the roads in the city, this stuff wasn't easy to move, and they have worked hard the past 2 or 3 days. They've done a great job. Miss Denisha, raise your hand. That's my administrative assistant. She's been up here with me all day helping. Not only did we have this event, we had MacArthur and Camp, a junior high basketball game, playing this morning. Coach Harbuck, my assistant right there, said, hey, don't worry about that, I got it. I've got two great people right there that helped me, and I can't thank them enough. our administration at Jonesboro of believing in me to get this going. I can't thank them enough too. Our new committee, we've got an outstanding committee of 12. It's coaches, players, alumni, and the history of them it's been outstanding of what they've dug up, what they found, and you know they're a huge part of this. Coach D right here beside me, you know he set the bar for a lot of things at Jonesboro, one of the best in the business to ever do the job, and still to this day, you know, I think it's what's something important about it being at Jonesboro is so many coaches that mentor. Still to this day, it may be 1 o'clock during the middle of the day, I'm calling Coach D, hey, what do you think? Here's what I got. And, to me, he is one of the best coaches I had. Just for what I got to see, you know, he was one of the best ADs to ever do it. So I can't thank him enough myself. Craig Miller, what you're about to see on these slideshows, there's no one better in the business of high school TV department than him, getting kids involved in doing it. The slides you're about to see are outstanding. These 4 young ladies over here wave. A lot of these pictures that you see on the slideshow, they've dug through all the annuals. They've helped compile the history. They've done a great job of doing that. And I know I've left someone out. They're not here right now. My wife and daughter, being a coach's wife and daughter is tough, but being an AD's wife and daughter where there is no off season is even more challenging. And a lot of coaches a lot of times will ask me, what's the best advice you can do? I said, hey, pick a spouse that understands your job, because you're not going to be at home. They're going to be a single parent most of the time. But I can't thank them enough. We're cold here, and they're in Disney World right now, probably on a ride. So they're enjoying it. But, hey, I know y'all don't want to hear about me. Once again, I appreciate it. Hey, 120 years of history in Jonesboro athletics, 101 state championships. Just this class alone, what you're about to see is amazing, of not what they just did at Jonesboro to what they did in the college, professional, business career. I feel very confident this class, okay, is the most deserving of the first inaugural class. I've told everybody this is a learning curve. I've been taking notes already on, hey, what I got to do next year. But I'm confident. We're proud of this event, okay? I truly believe this is the best high school in the state, okay? I believe black and gold, and we're going to keep running this every year to make this even better. Thank you again for coming out, and we're going to let our new superintendent say a few words, Miss Misty Dole.
Thank you. All right, good evening, everyone. How are you? Everybody settled? Nice dinner? My name is Misty Doyle, and I am honored to serve as the superintendent of the Jonesboro School District. It is truly a pleasure to welcome you to our inaugural Hall of Fame banquet. Tonight, we celebrate an incredible group of athletes and families who exemplify what it means to be a Jonesboro Hurricane. I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment. I know that Trey has said a few things, but I want to thank Trey Harding, our athletic director, for his vision, leadership, and dedication in bringing this Hall of Fame to life. I would also like to recognize the members, he mentioned this, of the Hall of Fame. So if you're part of that committee, the Hall of Fame committee who made this night possible, please stand. Don't be shy. We've got a few here and over here. Thank you so much. And of course, all of our sponsors who've made tonight possible. This year, our district adopted a new tagline, and it's Jonesboro Public Schools, a legacy of excellence. As I work alongside our staff and students, I often remind them that their time here is more than just about today. It's about building something that will endure, something that will leave a lasting impact on our district and our community. As I look out in the audience tonight, you represent a true legacy of excellence. Over my 19 years in the district, I've heard countless stories of remarkable athletes, all of those state championships, and the unforgettable moments. Yes, I've heard about the longest football game in history. But the legacy you leave, you and your families leave, goes beyond just about the wins and records. Your legacy is one of perseverance, determination, and a genuine love for the game. It's about the lessons learned through athletics and how those lessons carry over into every aspect of your life. Many of you have gone on to mentor, as Trey mentioned, coach, and inspire others, not to just become better athletes, but to become better people. Thank you for the legacy you have created and continue to uphold. This Hall of Fame is our way of honoring that legacy and ensuring it lives on for generations to come. And always remember, once a hurricane, always a hurricane. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. All right, so now we will get into a pretty much chronological look at the inaugural Hall of Fame class at Jonesboro High School. So our first inductee, a highly successful multi-sport athlete in college, and then later came to Jonesboro High School and had great success, honestly a winning percentage in multiple sports that would have made you a Hall of Famer, and he did it in each one of those sports as well. So check out the screens now as we learn more about Lowell Manning.
Coach James Lowell Hoss Manning left an unforgettable mark on Jonesboro High School and Arkansas athletics. Though his life spanned just 53 years, his influence as a player, coach, and mentor continues to be felt generations later. An all-state athlete in both basketball and football at Batesville Senior High, Manning went on to play college basketball at Arkansas College before beginning his coaching career at Jonesboro High School. At JHS, Manning built one of the most successful eras in school history. He led the Hurricane to the state basketball tournament in all 4 seasons as head coach and captured back-to-back state championships in 1937 and 1938, defeating Little Rock High in both finals. Known for introducing a fast-paced style of play that later became known as the fast break, Manning helped revolutionize the game. His success extended across both major sports, compiling an incredible .860 winning percentage in basketball and .740 in football at Jonesboro High. His championship leadership established a lasting standard for Hurricane athletics. Beyond the scoreboard, Hoss Manning was devoted to young people. He organized leagues, mentored students, bought tickets for kids who could not afford them, and provided toys for hundreds of underprivileged children each Christmas. Later, he helped establish Arkansas's first Little League program and guided a team to the Little League World Series in 1952. His legacy lives on through numerous honors, including the Hoss Manning Male Athlete of the Year Award at Jonesboro High School and statewide recognition through the Lowell Manning Award. Those who knew him best said it simply: there was no one like Hoss. Never has been, never will be.
Now accepting the Hall of Fame award on behalf of Hoss Manning is Coach David Daniel. Thanks, Coach. By the way, as Trey pointed out, Craig Miller and his students did all the hard work on these videos you're going to see on each inductee. And it's actually Craig's birthday today. He was telling me before the program started. He's a little older than I am. He was telling me that 1938 state championship game was a real barn burner, that Jonesboro came out on top. So happy birthday, Craig. Appreciate your work tonight. Now to our next inductee. Now, while Bill Davidson was the bull up the road here, roaming the sidelines as the head football coach at Arkansas State, his wife Jean was a pioneer at JHS for female student athletes. In fact, left a lasting impact that's still being felt at Jonesboro way more than a half a century later. So now we'll direct your attention to screens, learn more about Jean Davidson.
Coach Jean Davidson devoted more than 2 decades of her life to Jonesboro High School, leaving an indelible mark on female athletics, physical education, and generations of students. From 1966 to 1988, she served as a teacher, coach, mentor, and tireless advocate for girls' sports at a time when opportunities for female athletes were still being fought for and defined. A graduate of Arkansas State University, Jean earned a Bachelor of Science in Education and brought her passion for learning directly into the gymnasium, where she taught girls physical education. For Coach Davidson, the gym was her classroom, and she approached it with unmatched energy, dedication, and care. She believed deeply in the importance of physical activity, confidence, and opportunity for young women, and she worked relentlessly to ensure that female athletes at Jonesboro High School and across Arkansas were treated equally. Affectionately known as Mrs. D, Coach Davidson was a fierce competitor and an even stronger advocate. She fought for spirit groups to be included and valued, understanding the importance of school pride and student involvement. Her leadership helped shape a culture where female athletes were celebrated, supported, and given the chance to excel. Under her guidance, Jonesboro High School achieved historic success, including the 1972 National Champion Cheerleading Team, 1979 overall state volleyball champions, 1981 state gymnastics champions, and in 1983, the establishment of the J-Team, expanding opportunities for female participation and development. Simply put, she did it all for Jonesboro female sports, coaching, teaching, organizing, advocating, and inspiring. Since 1986, Jonesboro High School has honored her extraordinary service and lasting impact by naming its most coveted and prestigious Girls Athletic Award in her honor, a fitting tribute to a woman who gave so much of herself to her students and school. While her professional accomplishments were many, Jean was most proud of her family. She cherished her role as the mother of Sharon and Billie Jean, and later as a grandmother and great-grandmother. Fondly known as Mama for 38 years, she found her greatest joy nurturing her children and grandchildren and supporting their academic and athletic pursuits. Mama rarely missed a game, performance, or event, always cheering the loudest and loving the hardest. Coach Jean Davidson's legacy lives on through her family, the countless students whose lives she touched, and the generations of female athletes who benefit from the doors she helped open. Her love, dedication, and unwavering belief in young people continue to define what it means to serve, to lead, and to care deeply.
Accepting on her behalf, please welcome Jean Davidson's grandchildren, Lindsay Dawkins, Laura Cook-Brown, David Konechny, Devin Sneed, and Danielle Duncan. Well, as an athlete, as a coach, as an administrator, perhaps no one individual has had more of an impact on Jonesboro athletics than our next inductee, and that impact is still being felt well beyond just the facility that still bears his name. Let's take a look at Coach Don Riggs.
Long before his name echoed through stadium loudspeakers and along Friday night sidelines, Don Riggs was simply a gifted young athlete with speed in his legs, grit in his heart, and a competitive fire that never dimmed. A natural competitor, Riggs carved his path one sprint, one swing, and one snap at a time, laying the foundation for a life that would forever shape Jonesboro athletics. A 1954 graduate of Jonesboro High School, Riggs excelled in every sport he played. He was a key contributor to the Golden Hurricanes' undefeated 1954 state championship basketball team and earned statewide recognition as one of Arkansas's top running backs. His remarkable athletic ability earned him All-State and All-American honors, establishing him as one of the most accomplished athletes in school history. Riggs continued his athletic journey at Arkansas State University, where he proved to be one of the most versatile athletes the school had ever seen. He competed in 4 sports: football, basketball, baseball, and track, and he excelled in each. On the football field, Riggs was electric. During the 1955 season, he averaged 7.4 yards per carry, a mark that remains among the most efficient rushing seasons in Arkansas State history. That same year, he delivered a legendary performance against Murray State, returning punts for 92 yards, a feat still retold decades later. In baseball, Riggs was equally dangerous. Quick on the bases, sharp in the field, and fearless at the plate. Coaches and teammates alike knew they were witnessing something rare, an athlete who didn't merely play sports, but elevated them. After college, Riggs returned home to Jonesboro, not just as an alumnus, but as a mentor, teacher, and leader. In 1965, he became head football coach at Jonesboro High School. While the program had been competitive, under Riggs, it became a statewide powerhouse. Over 22 seasons on the sidelines, Riggs coached with calm confidence and unwavering discipline. His teams were fast, fundamentally sound, and fiercely loyal. Under his leadership, Jonesboro captured 2 state championships, 3 state runner-up finishes, and 8 conference championships. Riggs was selected twice to coach the Arkansas High School All-Star Game, winning both contests. In 1970, he was named Arkansas Coach of the Year, an honor that reflected not only his success on the field, but his influence on the young men he coached. By the time he retired from coaching in 1987, he was the winningest active football coach in Arkansas. Retirement from coaching did not slow him down. Riggs transitioned seamlessly into the role of athletic director, serving the Jonesboro School District for an additional 21 years. During that time, he helped usher in major facility improvements, including construction of a new baseball field, renovations to Cooksey Johns Field, and development of an indoor football and band facility. He was no longer just building teams, he was building infrastructure, opportunity, and pride that would benefit generations of Hurricanes. When Don Riggs passed away in 2009, Jonesboro lost more than a coach. The community lost a mentor, a builder, a competitor, and a man whose life had become inseparable from the identity of Jonesboro High School athletics. His story continues to be told in locker rooms, at alumni gatherings, and in the quiet moments when a young athlete realizes they are capable of more than they ever believed. That was Don Riggs' greatest gift, not simply winning games, but shaping lives. His legacy lives on in the fields he built, the players he molded, and the town that still proudly carries the imprint of his life's work.
Accepted for Coach Riggs are his daughters, Donna, Libby, Pam, and Dee Dee. Now, Coach Riggs, his induction sort of ushers us right into the, we'll say we're in our class of 1954 era here in the program. In fact, his video gave you a little sneak peek of the next two inductees, both also members of that Jonesboro class of 1954, also both members of that undefeated basketball team. And we'll start with one of his teammates who also had an award-winning collegiate career before becoming, even before tonight, a multiple Hall of Famer in a completely different field. Here's more on Larry Grisham.
Larry Grisham is a 1954 graduate of Jonesboro High School, where he was a standout multi-sport athlete and where he developed a lifelong passion for competition and teamwork. Larry was an all-state football player, but was best known for his basketball talent. He was a key member of Jonesboro High School's undefeated 1954 state championship basketball team and earned two-time all-state honors, establishing himself as one of the premier players of his era. Following high school, Grisham earned a basketball scholarship to Oklahoma A&M, now Oklahoma State University, where he played under legendary coach Henry Iba alongside future coaching great Eddie Sutton. He later transferred to the University of Arkansas, lettering 2 seasons for the Razorbacks men's basketball team. During his time at Arkansas, Grisham helped lead the Razorbacks to the Southwest Conference Championship and an NCAA tournament appearance in 1958, wearing jersey number 24. He was honored as the Southwest Conference Player of the Year. After earning his degree in business administration in 1959, Grisham became a successful entrepreneur, co-founding Grisham's Clothing with family members and operating several businesses, including a wildlife art gallery and aviation enterprises. Beyond athletics and business, Grisham was a dedicated conservationist, playing a key role in the Arkansas Duck Stamp and Print program. His contributions to wildlife conservation led to his induction in both the Arkansas Outdoor Hall of Fame and the Arkansas Waterfowler Hall of Fame. His life exemplifies a remarkable blend of athletic excellence, community service, and environmental stewardship, all rooted in his Jonesboro High School upbringing.
Accepting for Larry Grisham is Ron Burnett. Well, like his teammates and 1954 classmates we just saw, Jimmy Dole Hunt also went from winning championships at JHS to a successful basketball career at the collegiate level, as well as the business world, and eventually all the way to the state capitol. Let's take a look at Jimmy Dole Hunt.
Born on October 1st, 1935 in Black Oak, Arkansas, Jimmy Doyle Hunt moved with his family to Jonesboro, where he grew up and attended Jonesboro High School. A respected student and leader, Jimmy Doyle was deeply involved in school life and excelled athletically. He played football, earning all-district honors, but he was best known for his basketball talent. An all-state player, he was a key member of Jonesboro High School's undefeated 1954 state championship basketball team. In recognition of his outstanding athletic achievements, he received a basketball scholarship to the University of Mississippi in 1954, before later transferring to Arkansas State University. He graduated in 1959 with a degree in business administration, beginning a lifelong career marked by hard work and success. Following graduation, Jimmy Doyle worked for Mid-South Plumbing and Electric Supply, owned by his former in-laws, Pierre and Juanita Ladorette. During this time, he developed an interest in the lamp industry, which eventually led him to found Jimco Lamp Company, a business that gained worldwide recognition for its success and reach. Committed to public service, he was elected to the Arkansas State House of Representatives, serving District 11, Position 4 for Craighead and Greene counties from 1966 to 1970. He later served on the board of directors for First National Bank and was a faithful member of Magnolia Road Baptist Church and the Jonesboro Exchange Club. Known simply as Jimmy Doyle, he had a deep love for Jonesboro and took great pride in being actively involved in the community he cherished.
Accepting tonight for Jimmy Doyle Hunt, welcome Tony Hunt Coots. All right, so our next inductee did not graduate from Jonesboro in 1954. I think that covered that class and what they accomplished. But what our next inductee did do while coaching at Jonesboro was win a state championship for every finger on both hands. He went on to become a high school official and is still one of the most widely respected names on our local sports scene. Let's take a look at the man just known as Mr. State Champion, Coach Phil Parker.
Born and raised in Jonesboro, Arkansas, Phil Parker dedicated nearly 4 decades to education and athletics, leaving an enduring legacy across Northeast Arkansas. A former Jonesboro High School and Arkansas State University golfer, Parker graduated from JHS in 1973 and ASU in 1978. He discovered golf at age 14 and, from that point forward, rarely put his clubs down. After earning his master's degree from Louisiana State University, Parker returned home to Jonesboro High School, where he taught in the resource room and coached both golf and volleyball for 25 years. He later continued his coaching career at Valley View beginning in 2005. Parker never entered the profession chasing trophies or championships, but along the way, success naturally followed. During his career, Parker's team compiled an extraordinary record of achievement. At Jonesboro, he captured 3 golf state titles and an incredible 7 volleyball state championships. After leaving JHS, he added 4 more golf state titles, bringing his total to 14 state championships across both sports. So many rings, he famously ran out of fingers to wear them on. His 1995 volleyball team completed a perfect 31-0 season, and his 2001 squad set a school record for most wins in a single year. In 25 seasons as the JHS volleyball coach, Parker's teams posted a remarkable 494 and 149 record, earning 7 state championships, 5 state runner-up finishes, and 16 conference titles. Across both golf and volleyball, his teams accumulated 14 state titles, 14 state runner-up finishes, and 43 conference championships. Combined, he recorded more than 1,100 wins. Beyond the scoreboard, Parker's influence extended far deeper. 36 of his former athletes went on to receive college scholarships. He coached the East Squad in the Arkansas High School Volleyball All-Star Game 7 times and served for many years on the Arkansas Athletic Association's volleyball and golf advisory committees. His honors include 3 state Distinguished Service Awards from the National Federation, 2 Southwest Sectional Coach of the Year Awards, induction into the Arkansas High School Coaches Association Hall of Fame in 2017, and the 2023 Distinguished Educator Award from the Foundation for Jonesboro Public Schools. Even in the off-season, Coach P could be found staying active, officiating basketball games, or walking 18 to 36 holes on the golf course. After nearly 4 decades in the classroom, on the sideline, and on the fairway, this coaching pillar of Northeast Arkansas eventually traded in his time card for a scorecard. Yet Parker has always maintained that his greatest moments didn't come from wins or championships. Instead, They came in everyday interactions. When a former student or player called just to ask a question or catch up. Humble to the end, Parker often reflected on his career by saying, "I've been blessed beyond what I deserve. I've had good athletes, good kids in class, and good teachers to work with. I haven't really had a bad day in my life." Through his leadership, compassion, and unwavering dedication, Phil Parker leaves behind a legacy measured not only in championships, but in lives shaped for the better.
Accepting tonight for Coach Phil Parker are Scott and Sarah McLean. Well, no matter what our next inductee was doing, it probably had something to do with sports. Beginning with his time at Jonesboro High, he dedicated his life to athletics in almost more ways than you can count. Let's take a look at 1951 JHS graduate Charlie Keller.
Charles Charlie Keller was born on July 4th, 1933, and from an early age he displayed extraordinary athletic talent. He was once described as one of the finest athletes ever to come out of Arkansas by Cardinal scout Buddy Lewis of Memphis, a testament to the remarkable impact he made in the world of sports. At Jonesboro High School, Charlie distinguished himself as a three-time All-State basketball player. His athletic success continued at the collegiate level at the University of Kentucky, where he played basketball and also served as first baseman for the Wildcats baseball team. Charlie's abilities soon carried him into professional athletics. He signed with the St. Louis Cardinals and was assigned to the organization's Houston Farm Club in the Texas League. In 1953, it was reported that he received the highest signing bonus ever paid by the Cardinals at that time, highlighting the high expectations for his professional career. After completing his professional playing career, Charlie's passion extended beyond the court and into the community. Charlie dedicated himself to youth by teaching 6th grade at East Elementary School in the Jonesboro Public Schools and coaching a Little League baseball team. He owned and operated several businesses in downtown Jonesboro, including Keller's Sporting Goods Store and Pasquale's, leaving a lasting impact both in athletics and in the local community. Following his time in education, Charlie remained deeply connected to sports through officiating. Over a career spanning more than 50 years, he served as a referee for high school football and basketball games, as well as college basketball. His officiating career included work in the Mississippi Valley Conference, the SEC, SWC, Big 8, and Big 10. In recognition of his dedication and excellence, he was inducted into the Arkansas Officials Association Hall of Fame in 2001. Beyond the courts and fields, Charlie was a constant presence in the lives of his family. With great pride, he watched and supported his granddaughter, Khaki, spending countless hours teaching her the game of basketball so she could truly understand the sport she was cheering for as a Jonesboro dancer. He spent countless evenings officiating spirited living room baseball games with his grandchildren, Chelsea, Christopher, and Chloe. His legacy lives on not only through his achievements, but also through the lessons he shared, often summed up in two of his favorite phrases: always keep your eye on the ball, and spit on it and rub a little dirt.
Accepting for his dad, please welcome Chuck Keller. This next inductee was a student athlete in the truest sense of the word. In fact, a true success in both parts of that phrase. In fact, following a playing career in professional football, he made the natural progression that most pro football players make and went into practicing medicine. Here's a look at the amazing path of Chuck Latourette.
Chuck Latourette, M.D., was born on July 21st, 1945, the second oldest child of 8 to Harry and Anna Mae Latourette. A 3-year football letterman for Jonesboro High School, Chuck helped lead the Hurricane to a 10-1 record as a junior in 1961 season, earning honorable mention All-Region 2 AA honors. As a senior, Chuck led the Hurricane to a perfect 11-0 season and garnered many individual awards, including First Team All-State, First Team All-Region, Most Valuable Back, and also he was selected to play in the Arkansas All-Star Game, where he earned Outstanding Back honors. Chuck also ran track for the Hurricane and at one point held the school record in every distance from 100 yards to the mile. Widely recruited by college programs, Chuck eventually decided to walk on at Rice after visiting Houston with his father on a business trip and making an impromptu visit to the Owls. As a junior during the 1965 football season, Chuck was the Owls' all-purpose yards leader and was selected to the All-Southwest Conference Scholar Team. Rice defeated the Texas Longhorns 20-17 in 1965 when Chuck had a 76-yard kickoff return as well as a 7-yard TD run. As a senior at Rice, Chuck was selected as a tri-captain of the team and earned honors as unanimous first-team All-Southwest Conference defensive back. He was also named second-team AP All-American, the George Martin Award, Most Valuable Football Player, Jess Neely Defense Award, Top Defensive Back, and was selected to play in the East-West Shrine Game as a defensive back. In the spring of his senior year, Chuck was honored with the Bob Quinn Award, All-Around Senior Male Athlete, and earned a pre-med degree. In 1978, he was inducted into the Rice Athletic Hall of Fame. Chuck's ambition since he was 12 years old was to become a doctor, so he told pro scouts not to draft him as he planned on attending medical school. However, he changed his mind and joined the St. Louis Cardinals as an undrafted free agent and earned the starting punter role. He also returned punts and played some defensive back. He attended the University of Tennessee College of Medicine in Memphis during the offseason. Chuck was selected as the Cardinals' co-rookie of the year in 1967 and led the NFL in kickoff return yards, punt return yards, and all-purpose yardage, as well as returning a punt 86 yards for a touchdown against the Saints in 1968. He played for the Cardinals from 1967 to 1971. Chuck is one of 2 players in NFL history to punt more than 200 times, return 50 or more punts, and 50 or more kicks. He was named to the all-time Cardinals team as a punter in 1988. In 1972, the Cardinals would not allow Chuck to attend medical school full-time in the fall and report on weekends to punt, even though he offered to cut his salary in half. Wanting to graduate in December of 1972 from medical school, Chuck left the Cardinals and earned his MD and began his internship in radiology. During his medical internship in 1974, Chuck punted for the Houston Texans Shreveport Steamer of the World Football League. Upon completion of his medical residency, Chuck became a radiologist, eventually becoming head of radiology of Houston's Sharpstown Hospital. He also earned his private pilot's license and flew planes and hang gliders. Chuck Latourette was a gifted athlete with a robust intellect who died too young on December 21st, 1982, at the age of 37. But Chuck Latourette will live forever as a member of the Jonesboro High School Athletics Hall of Fame.
Accepted for Chuck Latourette are his brother and sister, Bill and Libby Latourette. Anybody else kind of going, well, what have I done with my life after that one? It really wasn't real good for the self-esteem. But on we go. And to a couple here, and I'll be honest with you, I know these next couple of inductees, more for what they did in their careers at Arkansas State. So I was excited and continue to be excited to learn more about what they did before that as students at Jonesboro High School. And it starts with a guy who won a state championship at Jonesboro, went on to Arkansas State to become and still is regarded as one of the top players in the men's basketball program history, was drafted by more than one professional league, finished his time at a state. Let's take a look at John Dixon.
John Dixon transferred to Jonesboro High School in 1960 at the start of his sophomore year. On the first day of school, Coach Doug Cobb noticed the strapping 6'4" sophomore and asked him if he played basketball. When John told him that he hadn't really thought about it, Coach Cobb responded with, "You do now." Thus began an illustrious career as a Hurricane for John Dixon. He was a member of the state champion 1962 team in his junior year and of the Final Four team as a senior in 1963. He was selected to the All-Region and All-State teams as a senior and was named High School All-American. After graduation, Dixon continued his basketball career at Arkansas State University, where he was a 4-year letterman, a conference MVP, and a 2-time All-American. In his senior year, he was selected as the Amateur Athlete of the Year for the state of Arkansas. While at ASU, Dixon set the single-game scoring record, a mark that still stands to this day. He was inducted into the ASU Hall of Honor in 1984. Dixon was drafted in the second round by both the Chicago Bulls and the New Orleans Buccaneers of the American Basketball Association. In the history of Arkansas State University, no student athlete has ever been drafted higher than John Dixon. After a brief professional stint for the Buccaneers, he began a successful business career in investment consulting. He is currently living in the Atlanta area with his wife of 58 years, the former Ann Lloyd, also a JHS graduate. They enjoy spending time with their 2 children and 4 grandchildren. And after all these years, he says the words of Coach Doug Cobb, "You do now," will always resonate loudly in the life of this Hall of Fame Golden Hurricane, John Dixon.
And accepting for John is his son, Chris Dixon. Now, as you're going to find out, this next inductee just like to compete, period. No matter the sport, no matter the level of competition, and even no matter the age. One of the best pure athletes to come out of JHS or Arkansas State. Here's more on Clovis Swinney.
A true once-in-a-generation, all-around athlete, Clovis Swinney stands among the most gifted competitors in Jonesboro High School history. A standout in football, basketball, and track, he earned all conference and all-state honors in both football and basketball and excelled on the track as well. His rare combination of size, strength, speed, and skill made him an All-American athlete, the Lowell Manning Award winner, Athlete of the Year at JHS, and State Football MVP. Clovis continued his elite athletic career at Arkansas State, starring in football and playing in the Pecan Bowl in 1968 and 1969. He was named Most Valuable Defensive Player in 1969 and Southland Conference Player of the Year in both 68 and 69. He earned All-Conference First Team honors 3 times and was selected to multiple historic ASU teams, including the All-Centennial football team. He was inducted into the Arkansas State Hall of Honor in 1989. Drafted in the 3rd round of the 1970 NFL Draft by the New Orleans Saints, Clovis went on to play professionally for the Saints, New York Jets, Houston Oilers, and Southern California Suns, enjoying a 7-year professional career. Beyond football, Clovis was a Golden Gloves boxer. He played baseball and basketball and was an Arkansas racquetball champion for 8 consecutive years. His athletic range also included arm wrestling, tough man competitions, and tennis. Off the field, he served as a deputy sheriff in Louisiana and Arkansas and built a successful career as a businessman. Clovis Sweeney was truly larger than life, an extraordinarily gifted athlete whose impact reached far beyond any single sport. He will forever be remembered as a worthy member of the Jonesboro Athletics Hall of Fame.
Accepted for Clovis is his daughter, Jill Reed. Well, even if it wasn't really what he set out to do, this next inductee became a trailblazer. And that wasn't just limited to his time at Jonesboro High School. It continued on to the collegiate level as well. Let's take a look at class of 67 member Milton Sullivan.
Milton Leon Sullivan stands as one of the most significant figures in Jonesboro basketball history, not only for his athletic excellence, but for the path he helped create for generations to follow. A native of Jonesboro, Sullivan emerged as a standout basketball player at Booker T. Washington, the first high school for African Americans in Northeast Arkansas. As a result of the U.S. Supreme Court in Brown v. Board of Education and the Freedom of Choice Plan, the school board closed Booker T. Washington in 1966, Milton Sullivan's senior year. That's when he transferred to Jonesboro High School. Milton is a 1967 graduate of Jonesboro High. Sullivan continued his basketball career at Arkansas State University, where he made history as the first African-American basketball player in the university's program. Competing during the mid-1960s, a period marked by social change and limited opportunities, Sullivan's presence alone represented courage and progress. He earned his place through hard work and production, contributing double-figure scoring performances and helping Arkansas State compete at a championship level. His success carried meaning beyond the box score. For Jonesboro, Milton Sullivan became a symbol of possibility, proof that local athletes could rise, lead, and help transform the future of sports in the region. His achievements helped open doors and established a more inclusive path for those who would follow. Following college, Sullivan began a career in car sales and remained an active church member in the Jonesboro community. Milton had 5 children graduate from Jonesboro High School. Milton Leon Sullivan's legacy is forever etched into the history of Jonesboro athletics, a legacy defined by excellence, courage, and lasting impact.
Accepting for Milton Sullivan is his son Cornelius. So, talk about an impact that will continue to be felt. I'll go out on a limb and say that won't be the last Sullivan that goes into this Hall of Fame before it's said and done. Just a prediction. So wherever this next inductee went, success just seemed to follow. That was true at Jonesboro High School. It was true in multiple sports at the University of Arkansas. It was true in the NFL and eventually the business world also. Let's learn more about Scott Bull.
Scott Bull graduated in 1971 from Jonesboro High School, where he was a standout multi-sport athlete for the Golden Hurricane. During his high school career, Bull earned all-conference and all-state honors, establishing himself as one of the premier athletes and one of the top quarterbacks in Arkansas. He continued his athletic career at the University of Arkansas, where he excelled as a quarterback for the Razorbacks. A natural-born leader, he was the co-captain of the 1975 Razorbacks, the team that won the Southwest Conference Championship and defeated Georgia in the Cotton Bowl. In addition to football, Bull was also a standout pitcher on the Razorback baseball team, one of his proudest collegiate moments coming in a 6-3 victory over Texas. His success at Arkansas led to a 6th-round selection in the 1976 NFL Draft by the San Francisco 49ers. Bull played 3 seasons in the NFL, appearing in 36 games and combining his passing skills with a strong running ability before injuries cut his pro career short. After football, he became a successful business leader, serving as CEO of Pace Industries, and has maintained close ties with the Razorback program, including being honored as an honorary captain at Arkansas games in recognition of his contributions to Arkansas football.
Please welcome Hall of Fame inductee Scott Bull. Congratulations. Now, there's probably no one who has led to more world-class athletes coming to Jonesboro than our next inductee. In fact, you've probably grocery shopped beside an Olympian and never knew it. And that Olympian was in town because of this guy. He's such a legend that Elvis Presley once played a concert in a building that now bears his name, even though this guy was less than 5 months old when that concert happened. Let's take a look at the great Earl Bell.
Earl Holmes Bell is one of the most accomplished athletes ever produced by Jonesboro High School and one of the greatest pole vaulters in the history of the sport. His journey from a record-setting high school athlete to an Olympic medalist reflects a career defined by excellence, consistency, and global achievement. At Jonesboro High School, Bell established himself as an elite competitor, earning all conference and all state honors while setting multiple school and state records in the pole vault. During his senior year, he was ranked 5th in the nation, a rare distinction for a high school athlete. His mark of 15 feet 5.5 inches, achieved while competing for Jonesboro, still stands as a school record, underscoring the historic nature of his performance and its lasting impact on the program. Bell continued his athletic career at the collegiate level, where he emerged as one of the nation's premier pole vaulters. Competing against the best athletes in the country, he consistently ranked among the top vaulters in the United States and continued to break records, setting the foundation for an extraordinary international career. On the international collegial and professional stage, Bell represented the United States in 3 Olympic Games, 1976, 1984, and 1988, a testament to his longevity and sustained excellence. He won an Olympic bronze medal in 1984, placed 4th in 1988, and finished 6th in 1976. In 1976, Bell briefly held the world record in the pole vault, solidifying his status among the sport's all-time greats. He was later inducted into the Arkansas State Hall of Fame as a pole vaulter, recognizing his dominance and influence at the state level. Following his competitive career, Bell remained deeply involved in track and field, serving as a coach and mentor to several of America's leading pole vaulters, continuing to shape the sport through leadership and expertise. His contributions were nationally recognized with his induction into the National Track and Field Hall of Fame in 2002. Earl Holmes Bell's induction into the Jonesboro High School Hall of Fame honors a legacy that began on the JHS track and extended to the Olympic podium and the world stage. His achievements continue to inspire future generations of Hurricane athletes and stand as a benchmark of excellence in Jonesboro High School athletics.
Now please welcome Jonesboro Hall of Famer Earl Bell. Now way before, this next inductee was just the guy on the A-State sideline wearing the big hat. Before a 4-decade decorated career in law enforcement, and even before he was a part of 11-0 and nowhere to go, he was a multi-sport standout at Jonesboro High School. Here's a closer look at the guy I'm proud to say is my friend, Robert Spear.
Robert Spear moved to Jonesboro midway through his 5th grade year and quickly became part of the community, attending South School, Annie Camp Junior High, and ultimately Jonesboro High School. During his junior high and high school years, Robert was a multi-sport athlete, competing in football, basketball, and track, and developing the competitive drive that would define much of his life. One of Robert's earliest athletic highlights came during the 1969 junior high football season at Annie Camp, when his team defeated crosstown rival MacArthur, who had been undefeated up to that point. That same year, the Annie Camp basketball team won the regional championship and advanced to the state championship game, once again facing MacArthur. Although the title slipped away, the football victory remained a proud moment. At Jonesboro High School, Robert and his teammates carried on the proud Hurricane tradition under the legendary leadership of Coach Don Riggs. The 1972 football season proved to be especially memorable, as the Hurricane lost only 1 game, captured the conference championship, and advanced to the Arkansas State High School championship game against Hot Springs. Played in freezing rain and sleet, the game stretched into 3 overtimes before being called at midnight by the Arkansas Activities Association. That contest still stands today as the longest high school football game in Arkansas history. During his high school career, Robert earned numerous honors, including Best Under the Sun First Team, All-Conference, All-State, Memphis Press Scimitar All-Region, Sun-Kissed All-American, and selection to the Arkansas High School All-Star Team. He accepted a football scholarship to Arkansas State University, where he lettered for 4 years. His collegiate success led to being drafted by the Atlanta Falcons, and in 2014, Robert was inducted into the Arkansas State University Hall of Honor. Beyond athletics, Robert dedicated his professional life to public service. He spent 38 years with the Arkansas State Police, retiring with the rank of lieutenant and serving as commander of the Arkansas State Police SWAT team. His career reflects the same leadership, discipline, and commitment that he displayed as a Hurricane athlete. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to recognize Robert Spear, class of 1973, a true example of excellence on the field and service to others.
All right. Well, I had to say nice things because out of the 20 inductees, this is the only one that ever comes and sits in my office. So, and he's still a lot bigger than I am. So. So before Jonesboro High School could win 14 state volleyball championships, we had to win one. And our next inductee was a part of helping accomplish that, a record setter and award winner at the state level, who went on to compete both at the University of Arkansas and Arkansas State University in track and field. Here's more on Jan Bennett Arant.
Jan Bennett Arant is widely regarded as one of the most accomplished and well-rounded female athletes in Jonesboro High School history. A true multi-sport standout, she excelled in basketball, volleyball, and track and field, earning all-conference, all-state, and all-American honors while competing at the highest level in each sport. She was part of the undefeated 1979 Jonesboro volleyball team that secured the first state championship, achieving this milestone under the leadership of Coach Gene Davidson. Because of Title IX being enacted throughout the state in 1979, Bennett played her senior year on the first full-court basketball team at Jonesboro High under the direction of Coach Lou Riley. A gifted multi-sport athlete, it was track and field that would take her to heights of achievement shared by few. She left a lasting mark by shattering the overall state high jump record in 1980, a record-breaking achievement that highlighted her elite athletic ability. That record has yet to be broken, being the oldest record for track and field to date. Competing in the Meet of Champions, the premier track and field competition in the state of Arkansas, placed her among the top athletes both state and nationwide. Excellence across multiple sports earned her prestigious honors: Arkansas Gazette Female Athlete of the Year and the National Hertz #1 Award, an award given to the best athlete from each state. She was a high school All-American, one of the top 10 high jumpers nationwide her senior year. She was also Jonesboro High School Athlete of the Year, receiving the Gene Davidson Award, the highest athletic honor awarded by the school. These accolades reflect both her dominance in competition and her impact across multiple programs. Bennett qualified for and competed in state championships in basketball, volleyball, and track and field, a rare accomplishment that underscores her versatility and sustained excellence. Beyond athletics, Bennett was equally impressive in the classroom and in school life. A strong student and an active member of campus organizations, including Super Seniors and Fellowship of Christian Athletes, demonstrating leadership, character, and commitment to her school community. Bennett continued an extraordinary athletic journey at the University of Arkansas, winning the Southwest Conference title in high jump. She qualified for the NCAA National Meet her freshman year. After her freshman year, she transferred to Arkansas State University as the first and only female track athlete, helping to get the program started with the coaching staff of Guy Kotchell and Bob Williams. At ASU, she won indoor and outdoor Southland Conference titles, along with many other titles, and qualified for the NCAA track meet in multiple indoor and outdoor seasons. Once she graduated from ASU, she, along with Al Joyner, became assistant coaches at ASU, where she continued to support and help build the ASU track program to the winning program it is today. She represented U of A, ASU, and Jonesboro with distinction, competing at the collegiate level and further cementing her legacy as one of the area's elite athletes. She was inducted into the Hall of Honor at ASU in 1996 and is on the board of directors of the Letter Winners Club at Arkansas State University. Jen Bennett Arant's combination of record-setting performance, multi-sport excellence, academic achievement, and leadership makes her a defining figure in Jonesboro High School athletics. Her legacy continues to inspire future generations of student athletes and serves as a benchmark for excellence.
Please welcome Hall of Famer Jen Bennett Arant. Now, hang on just a second. So, I mean, obviously, I love Arkansas State, but you went across the state, won a conference championship, qualified for the NCAA meet as a freshman, and then came back over here to be the only female on the team. Huh? Yeah. You thought you told me it was crazy. Well, I mean, so that's like what a move, though. And I mean, I'm glad you did it. I mean, you look at what's going on with that program. Thank you for that. Hey, before we head down the stretch here, as we mentioned, obviously streaming live right now, and also you can go back and watch the ceremony in its entirety. But also, want to let you know that each individual video will be posted on the YouTube page as well at JHS The Warning on YouTube. And then Craig has even said if you would like him to airdrop you your video, you can go back to the back at the end of the ceremony tonight, and he'll do that for you also. We move on, and this next inductee, it may not have had the opportunity to win championships for his alma mater when in high school, but he may have done even better, racking up multiple honors over a decorated career representing his nation in swimming. Let's learn more about the outstanding career of John Olson.
John C. Olson, born April 25, 1969 in New Britain, Connecticut, is one of the most accomplished swimmers ever associated with Jonesboro High School athletics. A 1987 graduate of Jonesboro High School, Olson rose to international prominence as a freestyle sprinter and became a cornerstone of the United States national swim team during the late 1980s and 1990s. Olson competed in the 1992 Olympic Games in Barcelona and the 1996 Olympic Games in Atlanta, earning a total of 5 Olympic medals, 4 gold and 1 bronze, all as a relay swimmer. At the 1992 Olympics, he won 3 gold medals and 1 bronze, swimming on all 3 relay teams, including the freestyle leg of the world record-setting 400-meter medley relay. In 1996, Olson was selected as team captain of the U.S. Olympic swim team and added 2 more gold medals in the 400-meter and 800-meter freestyle relays. Beyond the Olympics, Olson enjoyed extraordinary success in international competition. He won long course world championship titles in the 4x100 freestyle relay in both 1994 and 1998, and captured 3 relay gold medals and a silver in the 100 freestyle at the 1995 Pan American Games. At the Pan Pacific Championships, Olson earned 12 medals, including 10 gold medals, 8 of which came in relays, along with individual gold medals in the 50-meter and 100-meter freestyle at the 1993 Pan Pacific Games. He also won 5 gold medals and 1 silver medal at the U.S. Olympic Festival, and 2 gold medals and 1 silver at at the 1989 Pan-Pacific Games. In total, John Olson amassed 27 medals in major international competition, including 20 gold, 5 silver, and 2 bronze medals, spanning the Olympics, World Championships, Pan-Pacific Championships, and Pan American Games. He also competed collegiately at the University of Alabama, where he continued to excel as an elite-level swimmer. Following his competitive career, Olson settled in the Florida Keys with his family, where he has devoted himself to coaching and developing swimmers at all levels. He currently serves as head coach of the Florida Keys Swim Club, Coral Shores High School, and the Fighting Manatees Masters Swim Team, and has been coaching in the Keys for more than 10 years. Through coaching, mentorship, and leadership, John Olson continues to impact the sport of swimming, carrying forward a legacy of excellence that began at Jonesboro High School.
Accepting tonight for John Olson is his Jonesboro High School classmate, Lewis Davis. Now, our next honoree truly dedicated her life to the sport of tennis, beginning with a decorated junior career that included 3 state championships at Jonesboro High School. Her impact at her alma mater is still felt by young players wanting to compete at the collegiate level. Here's a look at Christy Rankin.
From an early age, Christy Rankin loved the game of tennis and possessed a natural passion and talent for the sport. At just 9 years old, she began competing in junior tennis and quickly distinguished herself as one of the top young players in the country. Growing up, Christy spent countless hours training at the Jonesboro Country Club, where she honed her skills and took lessons from Roger Harmon. Her dedication and work ethic paid off as she achieved a #1 ranking in Arkansas for 6 consecutive years. Christy enjoyed an extraordinary high school career at Jonesboro High School, where she became one of the most accomplished tennis players in school history. She was a Prince High School All-American and received the Rebsamen Award, recognizing outstanding sportsmanship in Arkansas. Christy won the Northeast Arkansas Regional Singles Championship for 4 consecutive years and captured state championships in 1982, 83, and 84. During her senior year in 1984, she achieved one of her greatest accomplishments by becoming the Arkansas overall singles tennis champion, defeating all other state bracket winners. She was also named All-State and All-American, reflecting both her elite performance and exemplary character. Christy's success earned her a tennis scholarship at the University of Arkansas, where she competed for the Lady Razorbacks from 1984 to 1988. A 4-year letterman, she played #2 and #3 singles and #1 and #2 doubles, contributing significantly to the program's success. Christy graduated in 1989 with a Bachelor of Science degree in education. Following college, Christy continued to compete, but she discovered that her true calling was teaching the game she loved. Her enthusiasm, energy, and natural ability to connect with others led to a distinguished career as a tennis professional and instructor. Christy taught and coached juniors and adults across the United States and internationally. Her professional roles included instructing junior camps at the University of Mississippi, serving as a professional tennis instructor at the Harry Hopman International Tennis Academy at Saddlebrook Golf and Tennis Resort and Wesley Chapel, Florida, and teaching tennis for many years at the University of South Florida. She also held teaching positions at Boundary Oaks Tennis Club in Walnut Creek, California, Boca Raton Country Club in Florida, and Highland Country Club in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Additionally, Christy served as an ambassador for the sport by conducting international tennis clinics in China, London, Japan, and the Cayman Islands. Following Christy's unexpected passing in 2010, Her legacy continued through the establishment of the Christy Rankin Memorial Tennis Scholarship Endowment at the Jonesboro, Arkansas Community Foundation. The scholarship has awarded more than $12,000 to 17 former Jonesboro High School tennis players, helping them pursue their college education. In the fall of 2018, Christy was further honored when the lobby of the Dills Tennis Center at the University of Arkansas was dedicated and named the Christy Rankin Tennis Lobby.
Accepting for Christy tonight are her parents, Barbara and Tommy. Now, this next inductee started winning awards early in her career, and she just hasn't stopped. An All-American at JHS in track. She's gone on to an educational career that includes working with some of our most inspirational athletes today, and also having a good authority. She also recently just grabbed a pretty nice honor at Arkansas State as well. Here's more on Valerie Lee Hilson.
Valerie Lee Hilson is recognized as one of Jonesboro High School's outstanding track and field athletes and a proud representative of Hurricane athletics at the collegiate level and beyond. A 1986 graduate of Jonesboro High School, Hilson distinguished herself as a standout competitor in track and field, earning recognition for her athletic talent, work ethic, and competitive spirit. Following her success at JHS, Hilson continued her athletic career at Arkansas State University, where she became a track and field standout for the Red Wolves. Competing at the Division I level, she helped strengthen Arkansas State's track and field tradition and established herself as a respected collegiate athlete. Hilson's impact on athletics did not end with competition. She went on to earn multiple degrees from Arkansas State University, including her doctorate, and built a distinguished career in education, physical education, and athletics leadership. She has served as an assistant professor and program coordinator in physical education teacher education at Arkansas State, helping prepare future teachers and coaches while promoting lifelong fitness and sport participation. In addition to her academic leadership, Hilson has been deeply involved in community athletics and service, including work with Special Olympics, demonstrating a continued commitment to using sport as a vehicle for inclusion, development, and opportunity. Her athletic legacy also extends to her family, as she is the mother of Kyle Clemens, a nationally and internationally recognized track and field athlete, further reflecting the lasting influence of her dedication to the sport. Valerie Lee Hilson's induction into the Jonesboro High School Hall of Fame honors not only her accomplishments as a student athlete, but also her lifelong contributions to track and field, education, and the development of young athletes. Her career exemplifies excellence, leadership, and service, values that define Jonesboro High School athletics.
Also can tell you she's Arkansas State University's nominee for the Sunbelt Conference Faculty Member of the Year. Please welcome Valerie Lee Hilson. Member of the JHS class of 1988, our next inductee excelled in multiple sports here, but none more than volleyball, where she was named a state MVP. Went on to become a Lady Vol and spent many additional years in the sport as well. Let's learn more now about Christy Dobson Lenore.
Christy Dobson Lenore is one of the most decorated and versatile athletes in Jonesboro High School history, excelling across volleyball, basketball, and tennis while representing Jonesboro at the highest collegiate level. At Jonesboro High School, Christy established herself as an elite volleyball standout, earning 2 all-conference selections, 2 all-state honors, and state MVP recognition. She helped lead Jonesboro to 2 conference championships and a state championship in 1987 and was named the 1987-88 Arkansas Democrat Volleyball Player of the Year. Her leadership and impact on the court defined one of the most successful eras in Jonesboro volleyball history. Christy was also a standout basketball player, earning all-conference and all-state honors while averaging 23 points per game during her senior season. She represented Jonesboro on the 1987-88 Arkansas All-Star team, further demonstrating her athletic versatility and competitive excellence. In addition, Christy excelled in tennis, where she was a doubles conference champion and a 2-time singles conference champion, making her one of the school's rare true 3-sport stars. Her overall excellence earned her the 1987-88 Gene Davidson Award at Jonesboro High School and the prestigious 1987-88 Arkansas Gazette Female Athlete of the Year honor. She graduated in 1988 and was also named state volleyball MVP, capping off a remarkable high school career. Following graduation, Christy attended the University of Tennessee on a full athletic scholarship. As a 4-year starter for the Lady Vols volleyball program, she earned All-SEC and academic All-SEC honors. Competing in one of the nation's premier volleyball programs, she amassed 1,454 career kills, ranking her among the top 10 all-time leaders in Lady Vols history. She also contributed consistently in digs and attacks, showcasing her versatility, skill, and relentless competitive drive. After her playing career, Christy remained deeply connected to volleyball through coaching and leadership, dedicating many years to developing young athletes and sharing the lessons of teamwork, discipline, and high-level competition. Christy Dobson Lenore's legacy at Jonesboro High School and the University of Tennessee reflects sustained excellence, unmatched versatility, and a lasting influence on the sport. She stands as a model of what it means to be a Jonesboro Hurricane and is richly deserving of induction into the Jonesboro High School Athletic Hall of Fame.
Please welcome Hall of Famer Christy Dobson Lenore. Hey, did anybody else pick up on the fact during that video that in 1988, the Gazette's 2 athletes of the year were from Jonesboro and Truman? Boy, I bet they hated that. Didn't you? Huh? Yeah, they didn't like that, did they, Coach? And finally, this last inductee is the youngest of the bunch, graduating from JHS, when? 2005. She had her choice of sports to play at the college level, but went with basketball, which ultimately took her to Waco and then around the world. In fact, she traveled this weekend from her home in Australia to be with us tonight. She's also part of a family that has 5 college athletes in it. They're highly competitive, and she's pulled one over on the bunch because she's the only one, I'm pretty sure, that's ever going to win this award. Let's take a look at Rachel Allison Gange.
Rachel Allison Gange was one of the most dominant multisport athletes in Jonesboro High School history, excelling on both the basketball and volleyball courts. Athletic, tough, and intelligent. She was known for her competitiveness and exceptional leaping ability, often described as someone who could jump out of the gym. At Jonesboro High School, Allison earned All-State honors twice in basketball and twice in volleyball, establishing herself as one of the elite athletes in the state. Her excellence extended beyond the court, as she was named the Gene Davidson Female Athlete of the Year, the Jonesboro Sun Female Athlete of the Year, and a McDonald's Basketball Honorable Mention All-American. She also distinguished herself as a top-notch student, exemplifying the true student athlete. Following high school, Allison chose to attend Baylor University to play basketball after receiving multiple scholarship offers in both basketball and volleyball. During her collegiate career, Baylor compiled an impressive 106-28 record and finished twice ranked in the final top 5 national polls. Individually, Allison earned first-team All-Big 12 honors, was named to the All-Big 12 defensive team, and received honorable mention All-American recognition. She scored 1,016 career points, ranking 24th on Baylor's all-time scoring list, and she collected 729 rebounds, ranking 10th all-time. Allison's basketball career continued well beyond college as she embarked on a successful professional career overseas. She played in the Queensland Basketball League from 2010 to 2016, where she was a 3-time QBL All-League selection, 3-time league champion, and 3-time finals MVP. Her impact earned her a spot on the Mackey Meteorettes All-Decade team. She also competed for one season in the Australian Basketball League. Allison played several years in Europe, including 6 seasons in Spain and 1 in Hungary. Her professional resume includes a Spanish League championship, a season competing in the Euro League, and a second-place finish at the South American Championship in Ecuador. From Jonesboro High School to the international stage, Rachel Allison Gange's career reflects elite performance, sustained excellence, and a lasting impact on the game. She represents the very best of Jonesboro athletics and is a deserving member of the Jonesboro High School Athletic Hall of Fame.
Please welcome Rachel Allison Gange.
Yeah, the running joke's been how short I am tonight. So, my as all these great accomplishments, my self-confidence has went down tonight. But no, I hope everybody enjoyed tonight's show. This has been a great turnout. After this, if you are a Facebook person, Jonesboro Hurricane Athletics, we're always posting stuff. We want to thank James Bickham for the photos. We will post that link. We will share that link out by email, and then JonesboroHurricane.com is our new web page. We've got an app. We're still kind of promoting that, but there's also going to be a Hall of Fame page on that we'll be able to keep that running. So just like everything, we're kind of growing and trying to take off, but we've also, with the snow and ice, we didn't get to do the basketball game. But the activity center, our new beautiful activity center, out looking on the football field, we have a new Hall of Fame wall that's got the plaques of a lot of these slideshows will be showing, and just a really cool deal. 2 more thank yous. I gave Craig the shout out, but also his sidekick, which is actually a Jonesboro stud volleyball player that's she's one of the greats in Jonesboro volleyball. She's been doing the camera night. She also goes to games. We can't thank her enough. She's awesome. And then a lot of this information that you've seen gathering, I could show you text messages right now. My football coach, Coach Ewert, I can't thank him enough. He's just for what he's done for our school, the community of Jonesboro. He was not only just a great coach, he was a great history teacher, and he's been working tirelessly in the library helping dig up information. And, you know, if you just, I can sit here and talk about him all night. You know what a great guy he is. But I hope everybody enjoyed tonight. There are little cards on your table. I've put a bag here. There's one when you leave. By the door, there's one up there. But if you got some inductees that you think should go on the list, please put the names down, drop in a bag. Also, on our webpage, we're having a link put on there where more people can be inducted. Like I said, there's 120 years of history. We're going to miss people here and there. We're not going to know everybody. Okay. Plus, you got to look at the 1973 hurricane or tornado. Sorry, that came through. That a lot of history was lost there. So we're still trying to compile history for this. But so if you've got those, fill out a card, shoot me an email, however you want to get that information to me, just to help us keep compiling the list. We've got I want to say a list of 300 right now that we've been working through. So we're going to just, you know, this is an every year deal for now. Just one more thing added to the list. And I mean, it's great. Tonight's turnout's been great. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you to everybody who's played a huge part in it. Last thing, it's cold, it's slick, okay? Please be careful leaving the parking lot, leaving the sidewalks, and just thank you again for tonight.